back with another video on this beautiful evening in the highways, interstates, speedways. It's not speedway. Anyways, of Miami, as we go on our commute back home. But I had a video idea in mind, which has been kind of like in the back of my head, like just bubbling and just thinking about it. And I'm on Instagram, right? By the way, underscore Baiku, basically spelled the same as the channel, but it's at underscore Baiku. And on Instagram, I'm not on TikTok or anything like that. I can't fucking stand that shit. My brain just doesn't work for that. But anyways, I see a lot of reels. Oh shit, a lot of bumps. Oy. I see a lot of reels of riders every day get upset. For example, like this, that they get cut off, or that someone gets in front of them, or whatever the case may be. Insert scenario here, right? And they get upset to the point where they pick an altercation with the driver in question because an attempt on their life has just been made, which obviously not true, right? That's usually for the newer riders. So I wanted to make a video for the newer riders, explaining and just trying to plead with them and tell them, trust me, no one is out here to try to intentionally take you out, right? No one is out here trying to destroy you. You have just been a victim of someone not seeing you, and it was an honest mistake. No one sees a biker and says, yeah, let me get right in front of him. Rarely does that happen. I gotta move out of here, man. These people are going too slow. Now, most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, it's a genuine human mistake. It's not something that was intentionally malicious or intentionally done to mess you up or anything like that. So don't take it personal, because what might end up happening when you take it personal and you act on your emotions, you get into a fight with someone who you don't know what state they're in. You don't know the way they carry themselves. You don't know if they have a weapon or not. And it is, for the most part, not worth it, because you're never going to convince anyone that they've done anything wrong. It's like trying to argue with an internet troll. Like, you know you're right, they know they're wrong, but if you keep interacting with them, you're essentially just feeding that interaction. You're playing right into their hand, right? So it's the same with riding. When you're riding, it is ill-advised to get into an altercation with someone, and then you say, oh well, maybe I'm packing too. But that's not the solution. The solution isn't who can shoot who first. You know what I mean? Like, the solution is to diffuse the situation. And I feel like nowadays a lot of the situations are more like, well, you're gonna do this, well, I'm gonna do this. And it's always like, who can outperform the other? And trust me, in a road rage incident, bro, that is the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do. I feel like it's very easy because it's very personal, right? Like you know, you're riding, you know the risks that you take when you take your bike out. So I can understand why someone would feel like that. But you can't allow yourself to make those emotional decisions. And that's why I think, honestly, like, riding a motorcycle really is more about emotional intelligence than just straight up intelligence. You know what I mean? Like, if you're emotionally mature and you're able to understand that rarely are these events personal, like no one here knows you, so how can it be personal? But if you have that emotional intelligence, then definitely you are a great candidate to get a bike. And most likely you will be riding for a very, very, very long time. Like, you see, I see this guy drifting, like, to the lane, like, to close the gap. Is that personal? Probably not. He's just probably on his phone and he just moved over to the left. You see, like, there's no need to think that it, like, somehow they were put there by someone to get you at that exact moment. Because, bro, it just isn't like that. That's why when I made a video of, like, a bike isn't for everyone, like, I referenced that in the sense of, like, when you're young, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, obviously it doesn't apply to everyone, but for the most part, you don't have that emotional intelligence. You're unable to separate the incident from yourself, and you're not able to look at it from a different perspective. The perspective being like a third-party perspective. Like, take yourself out of the situation. Like, imagine you're looking at the situation from a bird's eye view. At the end of the day, it was just a mistake. A mistake, yes, that could have cost you your life. But if you're paying attention and you're not doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, like going 160 miles an hour right now on this congested highway, then most of the time you'll be able to avoid these things. It's the same reason when someone cuts you off and you're driving your car and someone cuts you off or doesn't see you or, like, merges into your lane at the very last minute. Like, it's not personal, bro. It really isn't. So to get, like, a 1000 cc or even a 600 at that young age, when your emotions are just all over the place, is a recipe for disaster. It's gonna encourage you to, like, drive upset, which is never good, and just poor decision making. So this video isn't crazy long, at least I don't think it is, but I just wanted to come in here and kind of say that, man, because again, I see these videos all the time, man, on Instagram, because that's just what I guess people interact with, and that's what gets clicks and retention time or whatever the case may be. But there is no way in which acting in anger is going to make the situation better. You know what I mean? There just isn't. There is no way. So, with that being said, I'm going to end it there. Let me know down in the comments below as we ride into this beautiful sunset on this Tuesday afternoon what you guys think. Do you guys know someone personally like this that sometimes just has that emotional instability when they're out riding, and you know that maybe they're a little bit liability to themselves? Let me know in the comments down below. But as always, you guys know how we end it here. Have fun, ride safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!